Good Monday morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing. The next 3 days, significant wind events. Starting today, a little bit across the Sierra front, more significant across parts of central Idaho and parts of Utah as well. It looks like Tuesday will be the biggest wind day as an approaching cold front pushes down from Idaho, eastern Idaho, western Wyoming, just about all of Nevada and Utah into the wind and low RH, even though fuels may be a bit too moist for large fires down south. Cooler, more moist conditions across the higher terrain of central Idaho. That continues on Wednesday as the cold front drifts further south, pushing the highest winds and lowest humidity a bit further to the south. No significant lightning across the area the last 24 hours, no significant precipitation. Current fire activity map, new fires in the red circles, existing fires in the yellow, large team fires in the open purple circles. Now, it's been quite dry, not just the past 7 days across Idaho and across most of Nevada and Utah, but over the past 14 days in a lot of these areas, especially northern Nevada, good portion of northern Utah and southern Idaho. We did have some precipitation about 2 weeks ago in the mountains of central Idaho, but a lot of those fuels have already recovered. As you can see, a lot of reds here in the 90th, 80th, 90th percentile, near record levels where you see these purples in southeast Idaho, northern Utah, and parts of northwestern Nevada. So all these areas in the red to dark red are critically dry fuels which could burn. A closer look at some specific areas across the mountains of central Idaho. Here, even though they took a big hit with the rain about 2 weeks ago, they have bounced back significantly and are near record levels, as they are also across parts of the Uinta-Wasatch Cache. And out here in western Nevada, they never really had a big drop-off. They remain at record dry levels, and all of these areas will be impacted by wind in the coming days. I'll look at satellite imagery, and we can see that deep low pressure trough here is the culprit. These tight height lines indicating strong winds, clouds, some of it starting to push into parts of Oregon to Idaho. It won't be until this low drops down further south that some of this moisture could affect our northern areas, but in the short term, these tight packing of height lines indicates increasing winds. We see that on the map for today, tight height packing here, drier air pushing in. This is where our high risk is for today, western Nevada, parts of central Idaho. See the humidity levels in mid-teens in Idaho, single digits across a good portion of Nevada, parts of Utah, and the strongest winds you can see here in the dark green and orange shades. Now for tomorrow, this will be our windiest day. Notice the tight packing of these height lines all throughout the Great Basin here, highlighted in white. This is where we have our high risk for wind, combined with dry conditions and dry fuels. And again, humidity though coming up here in Idaho in the low to mid-20s. It's once you get south of the Idaho border, it dries out rapidly into the single digits and low teens. And look at those winds, lots of orange and purple on the map. Wind gusts here in the lee of the Sierra could gust to 45 or even 50 miles per hour. Widespread 30 to 35 in the highlighted orange and purple areas. Now on Wednesday, that tight height packing continues, but look at this green here. This is cloud cover, mid to upper level cloud cover. Not much precipitation reaching the ground. We'll have to watch out for the possibility of lightning, but this could cool temperatures quite a bit. So we're going to keep, we still have high risk in these areas for winds, but we will see humidity levels start coming up a little bit in some of these areas. But look at these strong winds here, again in the Sierra front, across the southern half of Utah and into all of the eastern Utah. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. Gusts could be over 50 miles per hour, very little precipitation. And further down the road, not much change in the pattern as we go into Thursday. Still high risk for some of our southern areas as they dry out with those strong winds, but higher humidity here in the north. And now notice how much fuels modify here, and that'll continue into Friday, Saturday. Sunday we slowly dry out. We have another trough of low pressure coming in here. Another windy day off the Sierra front in parts of northern Nevada into southwest Idaho on Sunday. Precipitation over the 7-day period, and the 8 to 14 day shows near to slightly warmer than normal temperatures, especially across the southern 2/3 of the area, and a drier than normal signal continues from September 17th through the 23rd. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.